Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Another new release from WE. This actually came in the same box as the recently unboxed Civivi and Sencut knives. But we always try to do the WE knives separately. Obviously, these released on March 30th, and I'm a little bit late here, but that's because there were already things scheduled for those days. So this should be available. I will link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Thanks to WE Knives for sending this in. Thanks to everybody. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel is what I meant to say. So we are still on this is what I expect. The piece of paper I just pulled out is pricing information, which we're going to look at here afterwards. I fully expect, and I mean, no offense, WE, but current track record is release underwhelming knife. Knife is made well. Knife is made with nice materials, and in some cases, according to Taylor and his testing, which, by the way, you can check out by going to the very last link in my description. In some cases, they can hit their HRC hardness correctly. In some cases, not. But right now, what I expect is an underwhelming knife that's made well and costs way too much money. I am waiting, hoping, praying, pleading to be proven wrong. The least interesting thing, and by the way, this is not a review. It's just an unboxing and first impression. But our market has way too many knives that are the same thing over and over and over again, and are too much money. We have way too much of that, right? I prefer that if it's going to cost too much money, it at least be something slightly different. And ultimately, if it's not going to be something slightly different, then it should cost a completely reasonable amount of money. Otherwise, why did we make it, right? For who did we make it? All right, so, okay, we have an interesting, like the little windows on the blade there, pretty cool. This is called the Inceptus. Champagne titanium handle with, I'm reading this over here, aluminum foil carbon fiber. So this is carbon fiber and aluminum. I think I have seen that before from WE. Inlay satin finish Bowler M390 blade. Okay. We have Butta frame lock, which is fine. It's fine. Frame locks are obviously not new and not special, but they're fine. Obviously there's tons of knives that I have positively reviewed here recently that are frame locks, right? But if it's going to be a frame lock, you know, I kind of like it to be doing something else, right? I do like the inlay. I think it's neat. The carbon fiber and aluminum is pretty neat. This is flat and not. It's not an extensively, it's just like, it's here, it's on the back spacer, which is kind of neat, and it's over here, right? But there's nothing here, there's no, like extensive like contouring or texturing or, anodizing, there's no like major things going on here. There's nothing going on here that would explain an outrageous price tag, which obviously you can tell I am expecting. The action is very nice. I really like that. Action is very, very nice. Access to the lock bar is good. There's a front flipper up there. I personally wouldn't use it, but it's fine. This is going to be a love it or hate it blade, right? It's a very designy blade. It was designed first, design over function, but it'll still function. We have the initial edge here and then a longer secondary edge, which you can lay that one down flat, right? Not the initial one, but your draw cuts, all of that will be nice. This is M390. The blade windows here, I think, are just for looks, but you can actually use them. So I can get it clear down here. You actually can use it to deploy the blade. So can I do my middle finger? Oh, it's not. You can totally get it. Can I get it with my pinky? Very few knives. Very few knives on this channel have actually been successfully reverse flipped with my pinky. Oh, I need that pinky power. Come on. Yes. Yes, I can. One of maybe 3 knives ever on this channel that I've been able to pinky flip. The pocket clip is very long and very pointy right here. A couple of spots that are aggressively pointy. Right here, kind of, right? We have some holes. They're just holes. It's fine. Ergonomics, I can feel the pocket clip, and it's kind of like abrupt right here. This corner here. Very abrupt. But disengaging feels fine. What price would I think would be, what price would be fair for something like this versus the competition? Many companies can absolutely execute the same materials at the exact same level as WE. WE has, from my perspective, and I don't know if this is true or not, they have two modes. They have without the sauce and with the sauce. What I mean by that is there are certain WE knives that are clearly higher effort. They almost feel like they are made by different machines. And anybody who has experienced a lot of WE knives, I think would also say, yeah, there's something like that going on. Certain knives that I have handled by WE, and they all are all of these are definitely mega expensive. They just feel different. They almost feel like they were made by somebody else. I'm not saying that they were. I'm saying I wonder if there are two different tiers of machines or processes, and there's the standard WEs, and then there's like the super ones, the ones with the sauce. This feels like a standard one. The action's good, but there's nothing really ultra wild going on here. So where would I price this? I think it would be fine at right around $250. Do I expect to see $250 on that piece of paper? Absolutely not. I expect them to want close to $300, if not north of $300. So here we go. Well, as always, there's no reason to freak out about MSRP because MSRP is not what you'll pay. MSRP is $385. They want $327 for this. This is a huge no from me. This is a cool design. Who's the designer? Designer is Robert Senescalchi. We cannot blame him because companies like WE, who provide an OEM service, obviously they've got their prices, like locked in to be incredibly high. Like it's going to be high because they're going to, obviously there's a certain amount of money that they want to make, right? And then there's only a little bit of room left over for the designer to actually, make money on this. They obviously deserve to make money on this, and so does WE. But these OEMs who provide an OEM service, they are clearly just bumping this up and up and up and up, right? So the design is cool. The design is interesting. It is certainly off the beaten path. It's a much more unique looking knife, and I think it would make a fine tool, right? The inlay work is really nice, and I do like the materials. $327 is a comical price tag, right? Now you can say, don't you buy like CKF knives that you say are often like $100 to $200 like over the limit? Yes. I'll always reserve the right to overpay for anything that I just want. Obviously, I think that people can identify when things are too much money and at the same time still want them and willingly overpay for them, right? These WE knives are knives that I look at this and I think there's absolutely nothing here that makes me want to overpay for it, right? It's a cool design, but there's no like special finish. At $327, what would I expect? Even with a two-party design, not an in-house design. I can tell you that the finish would need to be, if they had done like a higher polish or like a special finish, right? If they had done like a satin DLC, if they had contoured it, if there was more, more complexity in the scales. This is flat with inlay. It's fine. It's fine at about $250, which is what their competition could make this all day long. Even a two-party, like a collaboration with the designer. A lot of WE's competitors could do this exact same thing, right? In fact, almost all of them. But like, where is this extra, $80? Like, where's the $80? It's just going right into WE's pocket, presumably. No, the blade is cool. I think the blade is, would be fairly expensive to create a blade like this. So I think they've got that part, right? But it needs some type of different, this is just satin, just plain satin. Some type of special finish or coating or both. Contouring, more complexity in the frame, more milling, things like that. That's what I look for. Again, people always roll their eyes because it's like, well, this is who makes your knife. Right. But I chose them to make my knife specifically because they are able to do these things and not charge too much money for them. Kunwu is an excellent example of a company who is appropriately charging for $300 and that $300 to $350 price range. They will deliver different types of steel, right? They'll use Vanax instead of M390 or some other type of steel. They will do DLC. They'll do satin DLC. They will do Timascus pivot collars. They will texture. They will contour. Sometimes they will lay Timascus into the frame itself. These are the types of additional things that I look for at these price points, right? And people can argue, well, those elements don't add anything to utility. That's correct. So if that's all you want, I mean, there are plenty of like premium knives that don't have those specific embellishments, but have everything that this knife has and cost $250 or less, right? So this is basically it is an upcharge for nothing, right? For people who want those additional embellishments, who are almost certainly looking for things like that, maybe not specifically those things, but people who are looking to spend over $300 on a pocket knife are not like tripping and falling and going, golly, I don't know how to buy a good utilitarian folder. I've just got $350 sitting here and I got to buy a pocket knife. I don't know anything. No, you don't arrive at that. You don't arrive there in the position to buy a $300-something knife without knowing what you are looking for, without understanding the difference between utility and embellishment and, all of it. Like, people are going to be well researched at this price point. So, and a lot of them are going to be intentionally looking for a lot of those non-utilitarian embellishments because they know they can get a basic functional knife for far less. So when we have knives like this that have some embellishments, but not exactly what I would expect at $327, it's like, why? What else here what are you trying to say is happening here that is worthy of $327? And the answer is nothing. It's just too much money. Again, nothing against the designer. I think the design is cool, but I think this is WE just charging too much money again. So that is what I think about that. Not a review, just an unboxing and first impressions. You may see a full review of this knife. I'm not sure if I will or not. I'm not sure that there's anything here. I'm not sure that there's anything left to discover, unless we find out that the price is significantly reduced. If they were to reduce this down to $275, like when I check on Blade HQ when it actually drops, if the price tag is something like $275, then perhaps I'd review it and we can return to this discussion. But as it sits, $327 is absolutely outrageous. And the reason that I say this, like this is because I've noticed here, many times WE Knives will send me a knife and this price down here will say $327. Which is usually that's typically the street price. That's what you're going to see on retail sites. And then I'll go to Blade HQ and look, and sure enough, that's the price. Sometimes it's less, inexplicably less. I don't know if they change that because people react a certain way to the price tags, or if the initial price is just wrong. I think there's a bunch of different reasons why the price would be different, right? And it's certainly not just like Blade HQ's like, oh, we're just going to charge less for it. No, there's, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what they actually charge for it. But if that's the price, I'm not going to say my answer. I would not recommend that people buy that for $325 or $327. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.